These are the plaintiffs, Linda and John Paris. They say they paid the defendant for a romantic hot air balloon ride. And every time they scheduled a flight, the defendant canceled. They gave it the old college try, rescheduling, but the defendant came up with excuse after excuse after excuse. They've had it, and they want the $600 they gave him returned. This is the defendant, Randolph Riley. He says they were set to fly. It was too windy, and he can't go up in a balloon when the wind's more than 7 miles an hour. He was willing to reschedule, but they decided they wanted their money back because the plaintiff's husband has a secret. He's afraid to fly in the balloon, is scared to admit it to his wife, and is acting like a big chicken. He's accused of blowing hot air.
Linda and John Paris?
Yes.
You're suing Randolph Riley for $600, a cost that you paid for a hot air balloon ride that, according to you, you have been unable to redeem. According to you, they have been unwilling to redeem. Talk to me. Tell me what happened.
Okay. August of 2008, I was driving by, and spur of the moment, I saw a sign, and I wanted to do something special for our 19th wedding anniversary, September 29th. And I thought it would be really special if both of us could go up and experience something that we've never experienced before. And red is my favorite color, so it caught my eye.
What was red?
The balloon.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Did you see the actual balloon or an advertisement for it?
A picture.
Okay.
And I was very hesitant because
what?
it's high. I mean, it's not tethered. You're going up high. And I asked him if
How high do you go?
I've been as high as 10,000 feet, but usually I'm flying at less than 2,000.
I got to tell you, it's I find this case fascinating, and let me tell you why. Over 3 years ago, I was high bid at a silent auction at a school function for my children's school, and I bought a hot air balloon ride. And I am so afraid of going on this hot air balloon ride. It's been sitting on my desk for 3 years. And it's a school parent, and every time I run into him, he says, "Come on, don't chicken." And I just can't, I'm petrified. How does this work? How does it work?
We rise because we heat the air inside the balloon. It rises very smoothly, and we can bring it down very smoothly.
Yeah, but how do you steer? There's no wheel.
Well, you don't.
That's why I'm not doing it.
That's why it's sitting
So
there for
what do
3
you
years.
do? You don't steer. What do? You just make it cooler so you go down. You go up and down. That's how you just go
Correct.
up and down is the control.
Correct. Now, when you're leaving the ground, as you leave the ground.
How big, do you have a video? Is that why that's...
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
let's see it, let's see it. How big is the basket that people go in? Is it just like the Wizard of Oz, there's a basket, for real?
It's a wicker basket, yes. My basket is triangular. It's made for 3 people. I bill myself as the romantic ride for 2.
Okay.
It is romantic.
It's romantic, except for that you're there. But of course, I feel worse if you weren't there, because then who's steering? Although you can't steer. Come on, let's see this. I want to see this really badly.
This is, you can see the basket to the right, and the inflator fan is sitting in front of it. The envelope is stretched out to your left. So here we are heating the envelope up. You can see I'm using my burner.
Heating the what up?
Envelope. The red part is the envelope of the balloon. The wicker basket is called the gondola.
Of the balloon.
Correct.
What's called the balloon?
The whole assembly. So here we are, we're leaving
And
the
he's
ground.
just taking the video from... All right, we can shut that off now. All right, talk to me. So you hear this, and now let me just ask you. You've been married to him for how many years? That was going to be your what anniversary, 18?
19.
19. Are you two an adventurous couple, or not really? You just really wanted to do something out of the ordinary?
Yes.
Okay, so you came home. Tell me about how you surprised him with the hot air balloon.
I don't
Right.
remember. It's
Okay.
been 2 years.
Okay,
I
so
had the
you give it to him,
certificate.
and what is his reaction? Are you nuts, or, oh, that's so great? What was his reaction?
I don't remember.
What was your reaction? Come on up.
I was a little shocked about it at first. I really didn't have a fear of flying because I flew a year previous for my first time in a jet airline, so I wasn't really
You had
afraid
never
of-
flown on an airplane before that?
Right,
Okay.
right. The day that he was going to take us up, we looked at the basket, okay, and it is triangular. And he says, yeah, you two are quite large, or kind of large people. I'm kind of tall. And he said, well, I could sit on the edge and fly it. And that just totally,
Freaked you out.
that's like having a captain of an airliner sitting outside the plane flying it. And that really just turned me off right there.
Would you go up in a hot air balloon?
Yes, I would if I was over water.
Well, water can be hard. Would you do it, dude?
Any day.
You would?
Always.
Anybody afraid of it? Would you do it?
Oh, definitely.
Right here, right now.
Of course.
Okay, we have one. No, I'm kidding you. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
So the day that you guys set off to do it, you're there, you're ready, and then he says,
Freezing. We were cold.
you were freezing. And then he said, what happened that day? Why didn't you all take off that day?
We got to the site, and I started to set things up. And my wife said to look at the treetops. I took a look, and the treetops were waving around, which meant that the winds had definitely kicked up a little bit as compared to what I had been reported earlier.
All right, so anyway, the decision's made not to go that day. Now, what happens that you don't go again? Did you just, you freaked out and didn't want to do it? What is it?
No, we kept in contact every several weeks or a month would go by, and we would call him and discuss it, and he said, I'll keep an eye on the weather and get back to you.
And then what happened?
And that's how it went for 2 years.
No, that's how it went for 2 years?
Yeah. Well,
And then you
almost.
said then one fine day you decided to file a lawsuit? Something else
Yeah.
happened in the 2 years.
Well, we just wanted our money back because I didn't feel comfortable going up on the edge of a balloon or with him sitting on the very edge of it without a tether or anything holding him in there, and just the two of us not knowing how to fly a balloon. I don't think that's very safe to me.
Okay.
And
It's not
he-
in your comfort zone.
Right.
All right. Now, when you finally hear from, did you hear from them like every couple of weeks in the beginning?
Every couple of weeks is a little strong. They'd call me once in a while.
And they would say what?
They would say, can we schedule a flight?
And you
one
would
of the things
say?
that is difficult about the months of November and December is they're usually very strong winds. It's very difficult to find a beautiful day.
Did they call you in January, February, March, April,
They
May?
actually said to please schedule them for the spring.
Okay.
So
And then what happened in the spring?
then I didn't hear from them for quite a while, and I got a phone call. I can remember one of the phone calls that they made. I was incredibly busy at the time and did not answer the phone call.
And
It's
that
true.
was what month now?
It was later in the spring.
So it's 6 months later?
Yes.
Okay.
And after that, after I did not answer that phone call, I got a call from the plaintiff's husband saying, we're going to sue you. He threatened to report me to the Better Business Bureau.
Now,
and
the
he's gonna
first phone
sue
call
me.
was just call us?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did respond. I said, there's no reason to sue me. You still have a valid balloon certificate. You can take it at any time that we can schedule it together. Call me, please, and we'll schedule a flight. I didn't hear from them after that
Because
for
you
about
changed
6
your
months.
Hold on. You didn't hear from them after that?
For about 6 months. And the
Okay.
next thing I hear is I got home to a wife who's crying, and there's a message on the answering machine where I'm being told that I better do something now, buddy, because if it's about time I got the boys out after you.
Do you have that message?
I don't.
Darn it.
I called the police, and the police said that they called him, and he admitted to having said that and apologized.
Did you say you were going to send your boys down there?
No, I just kind of vaguely kidding
Vaguely
with
what?
him. Just kidding with say, if you're
Kid,
going to
that's
do
not kid.
something.
You two don't have a relationship to kid.
No, but after I mentioned that I was going to take him to small claims court, okay?
Well,
he
first, before you get to
conveniently-
the small claims court threat, which worries me a lot less than I'm going to send my boys over there.
I don't even recall the
Oh, come on.
conversation.
How often do you say to somebody, I'm going to send my boys
I
on
don't-
tape and get
I
a call
don't
from the
really.
cop
I
telling
don't-
you that you shouldn't have done that? Does that happen a lot in your life?
I got a phone call from the police saying don't keep calling them about the balloon
What
ride.
did you say on the message?
I don't recall saying anything about getting boys down to.
Well, then weren't you shocked and appalled when the police called you? Because I'm sure he
Yeah, I was
showed the
kinda
message to the
shocked.
police.
I was kind of shocked. The police said don't keep calling him because he's going to threaten to sue you for for harassment.
There's no question in my mind that you guys had buyer's remorse. There's no question in my mind you guys had buyer's remorse. And the threat doesn't happen until after you have already said, I want my money back. I'm going to rule in this case in favor of the defendant. And I got to tell you, you couldn't get a more sympathetic judge than me.
Well, the air came out of your case right at the end there as the judge waited carefully and then rules against you. Step in a little bit closer. What's your reaction now at this point coming out?
Well, I think all along he didn't want to take us up. I feel if you're in the business to do a service,
Were you ready to go? Were you ready to?
well,
you know.
until I heard him say, "I'll sit on the very edge." Maybe the FAA might want to hear about that.
All right. Well, will you ever do this? Will you ever do the flight? No. All right. Head right down there.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot. All right, sir. So come on in here. What about the way this comes out?
Well, it really, to me, it's okay the way it turned out. But to be honest with you, I wish that the judge would still take her flight.
All right.
It's safer than she thinks.
All right, Harvey.
Okay, Kurt, here's the thing. A lot of people get in a lot of disputes, and they say things in the heat of anger. And that's all okay, but if you cross the line and you really make a threat to somebody, you got to think about that, because if you make a threat, it's not good enough to say it was in the heat of anger. If it's treated as a real threat, you can be prosecuted and you can be arrested and the whole deal. So think about it before you speak.